This is a this is a comment on Don't Spend 2K, basically where I talk about that you don't have to break the bank to get a good gaming notebook. JLS1114 had made this interesting comment. This is true if you're a casual gamer, you don't have to pay a lot. But hardcore gaming, yes. And this area here, Tomb Raider would be more hardcore. You know that, right? You would have to pay more. Well, excuse me, JLS1114, I didn't necessarily know that Tomb Raider would be considered more of a hardcore. I never really considered myself that such, primarily because I only played for a few minutes a day. And your comment made me sit down and think. And think. And think. And think. And I said, okay, you know what? Let's put together a list. And I'm going to show you that list now, and I want you to tell me whether or not, based on this list of titles, and basically the idea is that I would probably be playing them on the weekends if I don't have anything else to do, or if I'm too stressed out and I need a reliever, you know? I wouldn't be playing them, like, for example, my profession is either going to be instructing students with visual impairments or an adaptive technology specialist, probably for the school system. Either way, I'm expected to be busy definitely 5 days a week, you know, the usual 9 to 5 thing, and possibly afterwards, depending on whether or not I have to fill out any confidential paperwork and so forth. But on the weekends, if I don't have much to do, that's basically when I would go ahead and, you know, game. And I wouldn't necessarily, maybe I'd go, I don't know, maybe 1-2 hours, take a break for a few hours, then maybe another few hours, take a break for a few hours type of thing. And, you know, just not sit in front of the computer for 6 or 7 hours always gaming. You know, if I end up sitting in front of that for that amount of time, it's probably going to be work related or checking email. But as far as games, maybe an hour or two at a stretch. Probably most likely just an hour. So I got to thinking, and I wanted to pull up some titles that I'm interested in, and these are all for the PC. Now, for those of you who do not know, I think all of you know by this point that Tomb Raider Anniversary is definitely on my list. And tell me, is this considered more of a hardcore title? I understand that I've been out of the loop for 15 years, and I'm kind of mixed up as to what constitutes a quote-unquote hardcore gamer. So if you could explain it to me, that would definitely be helpful. I always consider myself a casual gamer only because I didn't play near as much. Now, definitely Grand Theft Auto. I don't know about GTA 4 because I've heard the system requirements are very, very steep. In order to get a system to play this, I don't think I'd be able to do it on even the most expensive notebook without some problems, from what I'm hearing. So maybe one of the older ones with system requirements that are not near as intense. But this is the only example I could find when I googled GTA for PC. This is all I could find. So basically, Grand Theft Auto series. Again, not necessarily GTA 4. It's just an example. Rail Simulator. Now, I have seen demos on YouTube, and I absolutely love them. I especially like the extra packs that you can get for them. Like somebody got an expansion pack of the subway system of Washington, D.C. There are also like airliner simulators, and I remember the other day I was walking in the store and I saw an expansion pack for the entire Airbus series of jetliners. So that's definitely one that I would like to look into. And then I saw this when I was looking at gaming on the Mac. Flat Out 2, it's a racing title, and essentially something like this, but I am finding my gaming library expand. Now, the Flat Out 2 and the Tomb Raider are both games that can very easily be played without problems on my Mac currently, which has an integrated Intel GMAX 3100. For those who do not know, in terms of graphics situation, we've got an Intel Core 2 Duo under the hood. at 2.4 gigahertz with 2 gigs of RAM, upgradable to 4 gigs, and a 160 gig hard drive, upgradable to 250. So, but games like this, again, Tomb Raider, GTA, again, not necessarily GTA 4, Rail Simulator, Flat Out 2. Now, tell me, am I becoming, based on what you've seen, again, if I do play, it'll probably be on the weekends when I don't have much to do. This semester I definitely don't see that happening because I'm going to be busy writing lesson plans. But if there ever comes a time when I don't have much to do, you know, I may sit down and play Tomb Raider for maybe an hour and then take a break, like I said. Does that sound like a hardcore gamer to you or no? And essentially, another thing is, tell me this, do they make a system that could handle some of the more high-end titles? Maybe not necessarily GTA 4, but something with integrated graphics. Somebody said that you could get a nice PC for under $1,000. Now, I'm assuming that they probably meant that it also could handle gaming. I'm not sure what sort of gaming they meant. But at this point, I'm beginning to wonder whether or not I'm hardcore, turning into a hardcore gamer, or am a casual gamer. I'm curious as to what people's thoughts are on that. But essentially what I'm thinking is, if it turns out that I am more of a hardcore gamer, again, I'd only be gaming maybe on the weekends when I don't have much to do and I need something to relieve stress. The idea is that I'd like to be able to get something that is reasonably good for gaming, but at the same time can give me what I need to do in terms of work. And in case any of you are wondering, I don't necessarily want a terribly big hard drive or the super... I don't need the absolute top of the line for... Well, now, I don't know. For GTA 4, I know I would need absolute top of the line, so that's why I'm considering getting it possibly for another platform if I ever get a PS3 or something. But for something like Flat Out 2, Tomb Raider, the Rail Simulator, I know that I wouldn't need an absolute top of the line, but it wouldn't need the bottom of the line either. It would be somewhere in the middle. And I'd like to, basically like a mid-range with capable gaming abilities, while at the same time being able to get the serious stuff done, and on top of that, have reasonably good battery life. Now, there was an HP DV series computer that com.pewter.tv, or Computer TV, I should say, the Tugger Direct blog, had up, and it's in my favorites if you want to look at it, and that had a 12-cell battery, and they said that that was reasonably good for entertainment. Maybe something like that, I don't know. Again, I'm a bit out of the loop, so I'm trying to reschool myself. But what do you think? Do I sound more like a hardcore or casual gamer to you guys? I have been consoles for a long time, mostly Mario, Zelda, and whatnot. But yeah. Anyway, so what do you think? Hardcore or casual? I'm curious, because now I don't even know. Thank you for watching. Comments are welcome. Insults against me will get you blocked, and have a nice day.